Brady with the 7 rings. About to give you all of them sports things. Kicking it with Karter.
Kicking it with Karter.
Kicking it with Karter.
Kicking it with Karter.
Yeah, please subscribe down below. I'm about to take off. Yo, so kick it with Karter.
Kicking it with
Cause
Karter.
we're kicking it with Karter.
Kicking it with Karter.
Yeah. Yeah. Kicking it with Karter. Kicking it with Karter.
Kicking it with Karter.
What's up, guys? Like we've been saying, we're still looking for editors, editing team. We still need all that stuff because we're just trying to get this sorted out. But we still need you guys to tune in. Make sure you keep tuning in. Make sure you keep subscribing. Tell your friends. Tell your coworkers. Thank you for everything. Merchandise will be available to purchase in a little bit, so we'll let you know. And please keep commenting. We want to hear what you want to hear. We want your opinion. We just want to give you guys' content. So keep continuing to do that. Thanks for all the support, guys. K-Money. Peace. Welcome back to Kicking It with Karter. Got my dad on set with me. Let's jump right into it.
All right, Karter. So college football is underway. We've seen some exciting football so far.
We have.
But I gotta ask, it's the story of all college football, win or loss. It's the prime effect. So let me get straight to it. Colorado comes out hot. They win 3 straight games. They go from we're coming to we're here. Then they lose 2 straight games. What did we learn in those 2 straight losses?
Well, nothing really. The first game, they barely even put up a fight.
Correct.
The second game, we learned that they can put up a fight. They're here to compete, and they're here. That's all I can say. They're here. We've learned that they could not beat the 2 top tier teams. One of the 2 top tier teams with great, possibly Heisman nominees.
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, reigning Heisman Trophy winner. And then Bo Nix, he's put on a show this year so far. But still, I think we've learned nothing. We've learned but we have learned that they're here and they can compete.
I agree with that. I think we didn't expect W's out of either one of those games.
No,
the first game, I was surprised that they essentially laid down, basically. But I do think what we learned is that Coach Prime and his staff, they're not going to allow them to go out there week after week and lay down to anybody, which is why I think we saw such an improvement from the Oregon game to the USC game, where they went out and they fought and they compete to the last second. And they made a game out of it. Started slow, but they eventually competed. So I actually agree with that because I didn't think those games would be wins anyway. So
yeah, and now they know they can't be playing no games in the Pac-12.
No, you got to go out. You got to compete every play, every down.
Yes.
Absolutely. With that being said, you mentioned Caleb Williams, you mentioned Bo Nix, and obviously Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback for them. However, your current top 3 Heisman Trophy candidates right now as we speak are who?
Caleb Williams, reigning Heisman Trophy winner.
Okay.
From USC, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington.
Okay.
And like I said, Bo Nix from Oregon.
Okay, but why though? Why those 3?
First, Caleb Williams. He can pass.
Mm-hmm.
He can run,
Mm-hmm.
and he's really stepped up
Mm-hmm.
from his. You can see from his years at Oklahoma to his past 2 years at USC.
Mm-hmm.
You can see he stepped up a whole nother level. And you can see the same with Bo Nix and
Mm-hmm.
Michael Penix Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how they've improved and how they're star quarterbacks in the college football
Mm-hmm.
league right now.
And it's funny, some people actually has Penix ahead of Caleb Williams, which he is a beast. But I mean, Caleb Williams, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner.
But they're like right there, though.
They're right there. I agree. And then obviously, shout out Lincoln Riley. Him and Caleb Williams together, that's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's transition just a little bit. I know you got a question you want to ask me as far as the NBA goes. There's a lot of big news coming out of the NBA this week. I know you got a question you want to ask me.
Daytime to the Bucks. You know what time it is? It's Dame time. What does this mean for Giannis in Milwaukee?
I think this means for Giannis or Milwaukee, honestly, very at the very least, Eastern Conference Finals or bust. Like Giannis coming off of being healthy. Dame is last year top 3, definitely top 5 scorer in the league. He's been top tier every year he played. You put him with Giannis, who's a multiple time MVP award winner, NBA champion. You got Brook Lopez and other guys around them. I think that makes them such a high contender. I think it means it's championship aspirations. Like, I think they got a fair shot at making the NBA Finals, but I think at the very least the Eastern Conference Finals. I think for Dame, it's an upgrade from where he's been at with Portland. I think the expectations are super high now, but I think he can live up to it. So I really think that's just really what it means, is that like it's championship or bust for most teams, but definitely a team that got those type of players. I do think they made a sneaky pick when they picked up Campaign. When they picked up Campaign, I think that was a solid, like, because everything was going on. I think that was a good, solid, low-key pick to add to their depth. But yeah, that's what I think for sure. All right, now question for you. We can't talk about Dame going to Milwaukee without talking about Drew Holiday joining the Boston Celtics. All right, what does that mean for Boston?
I think it means at least if they don't make it to the playoffs, I'm gonna be shocked. Well, let's put it like this: if they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Championship with Milwaukee, I would be shocked. Boston, we know they've been the dominant team for the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Now adding Drew Holiday to that roster, that could be a big difference.
Mm-hmm. Why is that though? What does Drew bring to that team?
He definitely brings scoring opportunities. When I think about it, I think he brings a lot of momentum to this team. And like I said, a lot of scoring and a lot of assists, because we know he could do a lot of things on offense. And
well, to that point though, Drew is known for one main thing, which is why most people was shocked that they gave Drew up for Dame, even though I agree Dame should have went. Which is what? His what?
His steals?
Correct. His defense. Drew is a top tier defensive player. And I think his defense replaces the toughness that Marcus Smart was a tough player.
Yeah, Marcus Smart had brought.
But I think Drew is a more consistent scorer. Right? So right. I agree. I think that's the balance right there.
Yes.
Now with that being said, who advances? First off, do you think those are the two top teams in the league right now in the East?
They're at least close.
Who would be better than nobody? I don't think. Who would be better than those two teams?
Now that I slowly think about it, actually, yes.
Okay, so straight up, who advances between those two teams if they meet in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Who?
And why, most importantly?
I really don't know. though.
Oh,
This
you
is
don't get off the
tough.
hook that easy. You
This
do
is
not get off the
tough.
hook that easy. I need an answer. We can revisit this answer as the season progresses. I need an answer. People that's watching, Kicking It with Carter, we need an answer. Let's go.
Alright,
You don't get no cop-outs on Kicking It with Carter.
I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay, why is that?
They picked up Dame, of course. Campaign, like we've mentioned. I think that balance with, like we said, Giannis, all those other players like Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, that really balances out that offense and that defense.
Yeah, they definitely have a strong
Chance.
chance. Very big team, defensive team, can still score. I like that pick. I'm leaning more towards the Celtics just because I feel like they've been a step closer the last few years. However, Dame and Giannis, I can't count them out.
It's split 50-50.
I can't count them out, so I don't disagree with you there. I don't
It's
disagree.
split 50-50 for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's roll into a little bit of football.
Okay.
Let me ask you, are coaches taking too many chances? Are they gambling too much on fourth downs?
Yes, I absolutely think 100%. Any coaches that watch this or players that watch this, too many coaches are taking too many gambles on fourth down. Whether you're looking at the analytics or not, throw all that crap out the window and focus on common sense. I think there's too many coaches taking away opportunity, taking away points from their team, taking away momentum. As a Panthers fan, because I'm from North Carolina, and it hurt to say that, not from North Carolina, but being a Panthers fan. I remember game one. You got rookie quarterback, number one pick in the draft, on the road in Atlanta, drives the ball down the field, very good drive, very well in field goal range, and you decide that, oh, we're going to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, something, no points on the board. You get an opportunity to let some points hit the board, you go up 3-0, and it gives your quarterback a little bit more confidence, in my opinion. It gives your defense more confidence, in my
That could have
opinion.
really changed the game, too, because it was close.
Yeah, I mean, it was 0-0 at that point. You get a chance on the road with a rookie quarterback to get some points on the board. You take the points. Your team, that happened against your team.
Against the Chiefs.
Against the Chiefs.
They should have just took the points. They still had what?
Well, not even that one. When the Jags was at midfield, the Jaguars,
yeah, I remember
they
that.
went for it on 4th down. They were up 7-3, and they decided to go for it at midfield, up 7-3. Late second quarter, your defense is playing great. You don't get it. Mahomes goes down the field, scores a touchdown.
Halftime, 10-7.
Halftime, 10-7.
Takes away all your momentum
All
at
the
halftime,
momentum.
which changes the game sometimes.
Chiefs comes out, get the ball first, and guess what they come down to do? Score. Now you just go from up 7-3, controlling the game, to down 17-7, and never recover from that. So those are just two instances, but we see it every week with college football, with NFL. Coaches put the points on the board. I understand certain times if you can finish a game or you feel like you can close it out, but there's too many times where you need to get the points. How do you think your defense feel when you leave no points out there? They fought hard to get you the ball back, you get nothing. You know what I mean?
And Monday Night Football, just recently,
That's right.
the Giants and the Seahawks. Giants, this is the first possession of the game.
Yep.
They're driving down the field. They go for it on the 4th and 1 QB sneak. Daniel Jones can't get that there. Takes away all the momentum. Giants lose 24-3.
Yep. Yep. And you never know. You get those points early. You get a little confidence. Your offense moving the ball. You just never know. But I don't think you're giving yourself a fair chance. That's a great question. That's a great question. It's something that's been needing to be talked about for sure. All right. So now let me ask you. We're gonna cut straight to it in the NFL. Right now, currently, as we stand, who are your top 2 AFC teams and your top 2 NFC teams, and why?
I'm gonna start with AFC.
Okay.
First, the Chiefs. Mahomes. It's the Chiefs.
Mahomes, right?
It's the Chiefs and Mahomes. So they got all those weapons, like we've said.
Which the weapons been inconsistent, a little
but
bit.
Mahomes.
But he Mahomes. I agree with you.
He can make it work. He can make it work.
Agreed.
And then my other AFC team, the Bills.
Okay.
Which I thought would lose to my AFC prediction on the first episode, which was the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
But they just blew them out.
Mm-hmm.
They just blew them out. So I think the Bills, they're looking scary good.
Okay, yeah, I think
why not?
I think that's a fair pick to take the Bills over the Dolphins, even though you've been high on the Dolphins this year. But Dolphins control the division right now. They beat. I'm sorry, the Bills control the division over the Dolphins right now. The Dolphins were consistent, but I think you can't put them over the Bills, who really just kind of spanked them right now. So I think that's a good pick. I agree with you there.
Yeah, and then let me start with my NFC team.
Okay.
49ers. Automatically. Dominant defense. Dominant offense. And they're doing this without Kittle. Kittle's hurt. They're doing this without Kittle.
True. That's a good point.
So imagine them with Kittle.
Right.
Brock Purdy's looking good. Christian McCaffrey looking good.
Christian McCaffrey looking like the MVP right now.
Shout out CMC for breaking Jerry Rice's record. But they're just looking good overall.
Right.
And then my second NFC team, the undefeated Eagles. I know they've had some shaky starts, some shaky games, but they won, and we've still seen that they could be a good team. And all I can say is just they've been a good team.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Chiefs, Bills. Yeah, I think you got it right, in my opinion. We would love to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section on who you currently think right now.
Yes,
your top 2 AFC, top 2 NFC teams. We would love to hear that in the comment section or whatever. Tell us what you like. Comment on some of the things we talk about. We would love to hear that. And you guys stay tuned. Carter's gonna bring you his winning word. He's gonna bring you his pick 6. He's gonna bring you the mama moment of the week. And yeah, just stay tuned for more.
What's up, guys? Carter's Mamba moment goes to Damar Hamlin from the Bills. To come back from that cardiac arrest that Monday night against the Bengals, that's life-changing. He had to have a lot of supporters, a lot of love. And that Bills training staff, they really did their part. But this goes to you, Damar, for pushing through. He got healed by God. That's all I can say. Because, they were saying he could barely breathe. Do you know how hard that is to barely breathe and then go out and play football? That's crazy. So that's why this goes to you, Damar. Shout out to Damar Hamlin. You won the mama moment. Good job. Stay tuned for Carter's Pick 6 and Carter's winning word. I'm here with Shaq, and he's going to do the Carter's Pick 6. First question, Nikes or Adidas?
Nikes.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman.
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Ed Reed or Brian Dawkins?
Ed Reed.
Vince Carter or Tracy McGrady?
T-Mac.
Ice cream or milkshake?
Ice cream.
That was Carter's pick 6. I asked you Carter's pick 6.
All right.
First question: Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman.
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Ed Reed or Brian Dawkins?
I don't really know what that is, but I'm gonna go with Ed Reed. Just sound good.
Vince Carter or T-Mac?
I don't know, being that they're cousins, so I might gotta be biased. I'm gonna say both.
Ice cream or milkshake?
Depends on where it's coming from, but we'll go with ice cream.
Alright, that was Carter's pick 6. Here with my man Dino, coming straight out of a Jags-Chief game. That's why I got the Jags gear on, but I know you're a die-hard Dolphins fan.
Yes, sir.
So I need to ask you a question about them. Do you think they could take it all the way?
I 100% think that they can go all the way. As long as Tua stays healthy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you Carter's pick 6. Nikes or Adidas?
Nikes.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Spider-Man.
Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie.
Ed Reed or Brian Dawkins?
Ed Reed.
Vince-
You.
Vince Carter or T-Mac?
That's a tough one. But I have to go Vince Carter.
Ice cream and milkshake.
Ice cream.
What's up, guys? Carter's winning word is a quote from Paulo Coelho, and the quote is, "Impossible is just an opinion." What this is trying to say is that anything is possible. You just have to believe in yourself and believe that it can happen. Think of it like this. You're doing homework, and it's really, really hard, and you're like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this at all. You have to believe in yourself and believe that it can happen. Or think about it like this. Martin Luther King Jr., or anybody worth mentioning that has done something great. They had to believe in yourself and believe that it could happen first. You can't take all the negativity. You can't listen to all the haters. You just gotta keep going. Hey, what I go by, all things are possible with God. Thanks, guys. That was Carter's winning word. Peace. Kicking it with Carter. Kicking it with Carter.